Hello and welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 on Calmsden Farm. Right, so I hope everyone's well. It's been really hot in the UK last 2 days. I am actually recording this on Tuesday. It's been about 39 degrees where I am, which is just pretty surreal for where I am in my neck of the woods. So yeah, it's difficult, and I'm actually recording this in a room with no fans on or anything because that's the only way I can do it without picking up some background noise. It is roasting. So if there's a part of the video where I don't talk, it's probably because I've passed out, but I'm sure I'll be alright. So giving you a bit of an update then on this map, I have done a lot in the background. I really have. We are now sitting at 90,000, so I've taken quite a lot of loose silage to the biogas plant and processed that through the months. So that's pretty good news. The money's shot up. Not going to take any more loose product. We've got a lot of bales to do, and that'll be something that I'll talk about in a second. Because I did mention in the last episode, I'm going to try and do a load of grass silage bales, and I did them all. Basically, I did them all, and they're all waiting for us to haul. So we're going to do that in the month of January. In December, we've pretty much got a lot of linseed to sell. Not too much, nothing like the soybeans, but that's going to be in the probably, I think it's June next year. So we've got some time for that, and that's going to bring in a lot of cash. It really is. So that's probably the biggest earner. But if we actually have a look quickly at the animals, I did sort them out, so water and feed for the sheep, all good. They are pumping out wool at the moment. We've got a lot to take in April. I'm looking forward to when that goes in, because we should get a lot of cash. Now, the cows, they're producing a lot more slurry. Obviously, we've got 60 at 4 months old, not really doing much, not consuming much, also not giving anywhere near the amount of slurry and manure as the mature milkers. But these heifers are pretty much doing a good job as well, giving us some slurry, and I did need to shift it because it was pretty much around here getting quite full, so I have shifted a lot of slurry just before I started recording this episode, and I have got a bit more to do, but we're probably gonna have to move over to digest it because I'm running low now. 17,000 is pretty much, it's like a one load, just under a full load of the slurry spreader. But as you can see, I've done a lot of mixes of TMR, so they're good on food for quite some time. Means we're going to be pumping out milk. We're doing well as well for milk. 21,000 here. We've also got a full trailer load to take, so we are going to try and sell that, and I think it's January as well on that one. Let's just double check that, because it does fluctuate quite a bit for milk, but it's always still a good price. I've gone past it. Yeah, it's always a good price. It's never a bad price. You can see that it's like 1141 to 137. Obviously, you want to try and get it in September, January, so we're going to take it in January. But it's never a bad price, really. I mean, even if you take it down at this, it's still good money. It is still good cash. So yeah, lots to sell in this episode. It is that time of year when we obviously reap the rewards from all the hard work we've done. And I do want to point out as well, precision farming, like I mentioned, is working a treat. It's nice to have precision farming back with no issues. So if we just have a quick look at precision farming, I can give you a bit of an update on that. So if we go back to the soil types, you can see that the field scores, I'm running around 86 for my total environmental score, which is pretty decent. It is. But what's holding it back is mainly these two fields here. Obviously, this one was just a bit of bad luck. Nitrogen levels messed up on precision farming. So we are going to try and sort that out. Tillage as well, we'll sort out because we're going to direct seed in next time. And I have decided, just so you know, I'm going to do 2 massive fields of sunflowers. I think it'll look really good to do sunflowers, and just both of these fields going to kind of go crazy on it. I was thinking of maybe buying a field just to do something in and get a bit of straw, but it doesn't have to be massive because we are going to bring in a lot of cash. So we could actually this time around buy ourselves a field. It doesn't have to be huge, like I said. We could literally try and go for maybe field 23, field 20. Nothing, not one of the bigger ones. There isn't really many small options for the arable side. We'd have to convert one of the grass fields if we wanted to go really small. But we just need to make a bit of straw. So getting back to the environmental scores, not too bad. These are the ones I'm working on right now. So moving on to pH, I will point out that I have repurchased the soil information for these 3 patches of grass because it was starting to get a bit faded. I think it's this one as well. You can see where it's going. It's starting to fade, but we've got enough information on that. pH is fine on this field and both my arable fields. I think we don't need to do anything this year, but we are going to spread lime in the grass fields. We've done that many cuts of the grass now that it's getting to the point we need to start spreading some more lime on these fields. So we'll do that pretty much straight away after our first mow, because we do need it to be chopped and freshly cut grass to apply the lime. And we'll lease out a really nifty lime spreader for that. I think it's probably a better bet than actually using the muck spreader, because I found the problem with the muck spreader is if it's like if I put the lime that I've purchased, it might be at 20,000 litres and I use 10, I've got 10,000 litres in. The only way I can get it out of the muck spreader is by just completely wiping it all off, which means I just lose 10,000 litres of lime that I've already paid for. So it just doesn't make sense to keep using that. It's a good idea to put it in the muck spreader, but I feel like I need a way of emptying it out and putting it into big bags or something, which is pretty difficult to do. So I'm going to actually lease out lime spreaders. I think that's the best bet. So pH, that's all we're going to be doing in the year. Now, when I did cut this grass, I've cut all the bigger grass field, this one and this. I did actually extend it out down here, chopped down a tree to do that. So I've got an extra bit on this. And I have gone over this field and that bit there, because that was completely red the first time we cut. So there was no nitrogen levels on that. And I have gone over this one as well and started in field 35 and 4 combined. And we're spreading some nitrogen on that. So that's where I got to with the slurry spreading, just to shift it because we were getting full. So like I said, lots to do, lots of work going on. I have ploughed as well this field and the sheep pasture, ready to get the environmental score on these up to a better level, so it's not hindering us in 86. I think if we do this, it'll bring us in the 90s then of our final environmental score. I don't think we'll be ever like 100. I think it's going to be difficult to do that because I don't ever really want to use the John Deere spot spraying technology. It has too much of a negative effect for me on yield. I think it's better to manually weed unless we miss it and we don't have the chance. So because of that, we're going to be like low 90s, and I'm happy with that. Overall, that's pretty decent. But yeah, there's lots going on really. I mean, both these fields as well are mulched. So if we bring this back up, you can see that, yeah, this one here, you can see that I've mulched both of them. We just take the weeds off. Yeah, mulch both of these fields, so that's all good. Weeds have appeared, but we'll direct seed into the field, so that'll get rid of them then. And then obviously we'll apply the right nitrogen levels, do the right thing, rolling, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it'll look pretty decent with a load of sunflower growing in this field. That's going to be the next harvest. So I think it's perfect now just to start selling. We're going to start taking the linseed, so we're going to probably need to hook up to... Let's see what we've got lying around. I know I've got the John Deere here. Probably should point out as well that this is how much wool I'm rocking right now. Now that's a 5,000 litre pallet. All the ones on the top I think are pretty much 5,000, maybe a couple on the bottom. So we're stacked with wool, and it's just going to bring us so much money come April time. I'm thinking probably the JCB and the Class might be the best bet on this. So there's the JCB. So we can unhook that. We're going the wrong way. Let's go this way. Yeah. So this is the silage, the bales as well. I should probably point this out before we go and sell them later on in the episode. I got a shed ton. Again, that new measurement type, shed ton. I've got loads of them. Auto load them just stacked to me. They're all fermented and ready to go. We're not going to keep any of these. These are all going to be sold. I'm going to load the first load into the biogas plant. Going to get that rocking. The rest I'm going to sell them all in January, which is the best time to sell silage. Just going to sell them at a Bale sell point, and I think that'll be perfect. Like I said, this is a lot of silage, so I'm hoping to bring in a lot of money. And we don't have to wait a long time for this because we're taking most of it to an instant Bale sell point. It's not going to bring in as much money as what we'd get from the biogas, but it's still going to be a lot of money and worth the hassle. And we've got so much loose silage, it doesn't really matter if we don't fill up the biogas plant with all them bales. We're going to fill it up with enough to make a mark, and then when that's processed, we can keep chipping away. We're never going to use all that silage for the cows. We're also then going to start chopping again at some point in the year, make more silage. So I think it makes more sense to just sell all the bales, use as much of the silage we need as loose for feeding the TMR mixes, and then whatever we have is excess, we can just keep chipping away in the biogas plant, taking a load every now and again. So let's go fill this up. Getting linseed on the go here. We'll drive the JCB, we'll use the other trailer, the Richard Weston one, try and get this done as quick as possible. And and do a bit of a loop going on. One with auto drive, one manually with us. And I think there's about 68,000, something like that, around that. I forgot exactly what we've got here. Yeah, 68,000 of linseed, so enough to bring in some cash. Not a massive amount, maybe 50,000, something like that, but it's pretty decent. So, where are we selling this now? That is the question. Where's the best price? So December is the best price. It's 637. We have actually got 681 at the general store. So we're going to go to there. We're going to tag that place. We're going to just quickly make sure we head in the right direction, because there is a few times that I have not actually done that. There we go. So we're going to this sell point here. General store tip, which isn't too far at all, really. I mean, what we're doing here is 20,000 litres there. Let's tell this to do 40. So we'll tell it to do 2 loops here. Pick up and deliver. I'm going to pick up from the arable farm silo fill. Going to be taking this to Gen Store Sell. Sure, that's the one. Let me just double check that. Yep, that's the one we need to go to. And we need it to be linseed. And we're going to do 2 loops. And off you go. So that's that first load on its way. We should see the money go up. So we need to jump in the Joeys now. Get hooked up to that Richard Weston trailer, which isn't full of silage, I hope. I don't think it was. No, that's fine. And then we'll go pick up a load and start contributing. I think this is less volume, if I remember rightly, than the other trailer. But it's yeah, it makes sense for us to chip in somewhat. Definitely should shut the gate. Don't want none of the cows going missing. You know what? It actually makes sense for us to drive across this field and start killing some of these weeds. I mean, it is just mulched land. There's nothing in it, so why not use it as a bit of a track? You can see that I've actually done that over there as well. And we can just make out in the distance. I don't even make that out, but the trailer has just got there, which should mean we'll start seeing the money go up any second now. Right, so he's just tipping. I can see the trailer tipping, so money should go up. Fingers crossed. There you go. We're earning. That's the main thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to obviously sell this. Then we're going to skip 3 months. I'm hoping that I've got enough feed just to tie over. We'll have a look how much milk we've got then, because we're going to have quite a bit to sell. We're going to take all the milk as well. We're going to sell it all. I'm not going to take any more over to the dairy, because I think I've got about 20,000. I'm just shy of that. So that's a lot for it to process through anyway. So yeah, we're going to try and get a lot of stuff sold in this episode. Look how much money we've got. And we'll still have more coming in from the biogas plant. Then we've got all that soybeans coming in. This is going to be a really good year for turnover. It really is. There we go. So let's have a quick look at this one. I mean, we picked up around 14,000. What? What's just gone on? Didn't like that, did it? Is there like a limit to the amount of linseed it can take? That was strange. There we go. So, we are sitting at 120,000 already for 2 loads. So I'll carry on with this, I'll get it all sold, I'll cut back in when we're on the last little bit, and we'll see what our money's like before we skip over to January. Let's put the beacons on. Where's the goddamn button for AC? I'll tell you one thing, I wish this room that I'm recording this in had AC, like I know this cab has. So, last load is within my trailer. I've got 7,966 litres. The guy in front of me's got a full trailer. So when he sold, the last little bit of linseed will be from us. Now, this is obviously a reduced yield because of the fact we didn't fertilise it. We had an issue with precision farming where we reduced all our fertiliser. For some random reason, the nitrogen just pretty much vanished. So we didn't get a very good yield. unfortunate as it is, but we're still picking up some good cash. It's a waste of fertilizer, waste of time and effort really, but at least that problem's been fixed now. So I'm expected to be over the 140 mark at least from this, and we don't need to use these trailers now until we sell the soybeans, which is going to be, yeah, pretty much June next year. So there we go. So we're at 142,000 litres. We've picked up some good cash there from the linseed, with it being only a small amount in comparison to the other crops. Overall, my take on linseed is it's not a bad option. It really isn't. It's not like it gives us loads more than some of the other crops do, or it's not horrendous as well at the same time. But yeah, I mean, it's decent enough. I think there's better crops to grow really. But at least you get straw from it, and if we probably could have got a better reflection from it as well if we did get the full nitrogen levels. But the price is pretty low on it. 600 and odd for the maximum is yeah, it's pretty low, that is. So let's part this up. We'll go part both of these trailers up. I know we'll be using this one probably a little bit for silage, but right now this'll be fine. We are going to need the joeys though. The only thing left to do now is skip time to January. We've got a lot to sell in January, a lot of silage to get through and sell, and we've also got the milk to do. So fingers crossed when we jump back in we'll have a bit more milk. If we just have a quick look before we do this jump cut, you can see how much cheese I've got there. So we are sitting nicely at what, 3,000 litres of cheese. Another one here, so 4,000. And if we have a look at our production side of things, we'll take a gander now. Cheese, we've got 16,000 litres, which is plenty for it to process through. It's not the quickest thing, and it's just chipping away at it. So let's jump through now to January and get everything else sold. And let's see where we're sitting then. It'll be interesting to see what kind of money we've got. Right, so welcome back to a chilly January's morning. Complete contrast of what it actually is right now in the UK. So we're about to drop off the first load of 22 bales at the biogas plant. I have checked the prices and where they should be for silage and milk's the same. Got a good chunk of milk as well. We're at 30,000 now, so yeah, happy days. Lots to sell though. Mainly silage. Shouldn't take too long. It's weird because normally I'd be selling a lot more grain this time of year, but the route that we've taken means that that's not going to be our main focus. So let's unload these, drop them straight in, and then that'll fill up as you've just seen, and there's a lot left to process through. But if we have a look at our productions, we can now activate this. It's already got 76,000. That is a lot easier than taking so many trailer loads at 20,000 litres at a time of loose product. I've got to add the loose product into the trailer. It's a lot more trips. I think it takes a lot longer to make a bunker full of silage than it does to do the equivalent of bales. And obviously when you're taking bales, auto load makes it a lot easier, but still, it's just, yeah, overall it's an easier thing to do. We've probably got quite a bit of digestate as well. Yeah, we're storing 36,000 there, so we could bring that down at some point and pay the normal fee to bring it down from the biogas plant. But yeah, overall, pretty happy with that. We'll leave that process and that'll bring us some good money in over time. It'll keep chipping away at it. But now the main thing is to go and get these bales sold. I think there's about 4 trailer, maybe 5, could be 5. It's either 4 or 5 trailer loads now of silage bales to take to the sell point, which again will bring us some really good cash. Now, from pretty much this time last year in game on this series, we were building the upgrade to the farm, and we took out a £120,000 loan, which we still need to pay off. It's not too bad in repayments each month, or each day in the game, should I say, really, because I am running 3 days in a month. But I think it's about time we start paying some of that off now. This is what we've been working towards, to pay off the loan to actually own fully the upgraded farm that we've got going. So we do need to chip away at that. But I am also mindful that I do want to still purchase another arable field. So I'm not going to be blitzing all the cash we earn and clearing that off if it means we can't buy a field. Because I don't want to then take out another loan. We may as well just keep the loan we've got now, reduce its monthly repayments, and still have the benefit of buying ourselves a nice little arable field. Now this is always tricky to get in with this trailer, but I think if we straighten her up, on about now, we just about fit. There we go. That was tricky, but it can be done. So yeah, I think that is 5. I'm sure it is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so we've got a lot of silage bales here. Let's reset and start loading up the next load, and we'll figure out what the best sell point is. Right, so here we are. This is the best priced sell point for bales, only by about £2, but it is on the decline. The other one that's not on the decline, it's just fixed at a rate, is a bit far away, so I'm thinking we may as well just keep taking to this and try to be as quick as possible. But here we go, unload them, and look at that, 42,000 plus an extra 5 on top per load. Really can't complain at that. So such good money for selling just silage bales. It really is. Silage is the definite winner on this game. If you make silage, you're going to make a killing every time, especially grass silage, because you can just keep mowing it. You can get 3 cuts in per year, so you're going to make a shed ton of money. So what I'll do now is perfect time for me to stick in a time lapse. I'm going to get all these loads of bales sold. I'm also going to do the milk, so you'll see me sell that. But yeah, we'll stick it on a time lapse because I think it's the best way to kind of process through this and show it all in the video. So there we go. We have picked up a lot of money. We started out the episode off with 90,000, which was pretty good going in itself. But we've now ended with £450,000. And we've still got all that soybeans to sell. When I say all the soybeans, I mean we've got a lot of it. We really have 157,000 litres, and it peaks at 230 pounds. So should bring in a lot of money with that as well. So like I said, we've got a £120,000 loan. We're going to pay now 60,000. We're going to just halve it, which is, I think is pretty good going in a year's time. I'm taking out that loan for the shed just over there. Yeah, halving it, paying £60,000 off in a year is pretty decent. So let's get that done now. So there we go, £389,000 is what's left. We've still got £60,000 to repay, but we can do that at some point. But we want to wait now until the soybeans get sold to see what field we can buy, which is probably going to be a bit of an issue. Now, the reason I say that is because all the planting seasons are before June. So we need to really buy a field in March, April time to plant a crop that's going to give us some straw. Now, linseed is pretty much the same. It is a shame, but we're not going to pick up that money till June, which means that we're going to have to then probably do a winter crop if we want to do it, which is going to leave us a bit of a delay to the year after anyway to harvest. So we'll have to come up with a bit of a plan on that one. I did only want a small field anyway, but they are pretty expensive. Like, we could buy that one. In fact, that is really cheap. 69,000. Field 10 is 170. So they're actually a lot cheaper and more affordable than I originally thought they'd be. 342 on that one. I mean, that's a higher price as well. So we could try and grab this field in March for a decent price. That's down by 26% as well. So that would have been a good option. That's gone up. So we're looking for a crop field that's gone down in price. Unfortunately, they look like they've all gone up. But these are expensive anyway. We know it with them. We could do field 33. It's right by the field. It's not a bad size field. Wait for it to come down. I mean, it's gone up 44%. That is extreme. But yeah, we could pick up something small. Maybe field 10. I mean, that's gone down. That's perfect. Field 10 gone down by 26%. And it's £170,000. Could be a good option. We can replant it into an actual arable field right by field 6. It's not too far away from a silo as well. This might be the best option, field 10. And it's a pretty decent size. 9.5 acres isn't too far off field 6. Obviously, it's nowhere near this. But yeah, I think that's pretty good. So that's probably the best bet, I think. But we're doing well for money. And look how much silage we've got. 530,000 litres of loose silage left. And we've also got a lot of hay. But I don't think we've got too much straw. We've got enough to last us probably a year. But yeah, we've got loads of hay. Loads of it. I mean, if we did hay again, we might just sell it. Get some more cash. There's plenty to do, again, as always, on the map. And yeah, lots of money still to make. But it'd be nice now to expand out a little bit further. So on that note, I am going to leave the video there. So thanks for watching. Really do appreciate it as always. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. That does help my channel out and I really do appreciate it. Also, if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one on Farming Simulator.